We are ready.
Colvin Run Elementary, this is Mission Control Houston. Please call station for a voice check.
Station, this is Colvin Run Elementary. How do you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Good morning. I am STEM teacher Susan Blackwell, and we're incredibly excited about this opportunity to speak to you. We've been learning all about the International Space Station, and we have students here ready to ask you questions. Our first question is from Kavya.
Hi, my name is Kavya Vidge, and I'm 13 years old. My question is, what are some recent experiments you have done, and will they help us on Earth?
Well, thanks. That's a good question. We do a lot of science up here. Recently, I've been working on one that is trying to figure out how plant cells detect gravity. And that way, the plant cells go thicker in the direction against gravity so they can actually grow up. If we understand this better, we can hopefully grow plants more efficiently and make more food on Earth.
Hi, my name is Ella. I'm 6 years old. My question is, when did you know you wanted to be an astronaut, and how did you become one?
Well, I guess most of my life I thought I wanted to be an astronaut, but I didn't know I really wanted to become an astronaut until I was a teenager in high school, and I was watching some airplanes fly over, and I saw a space shuttle launch, and from there my future was sealed. I thought flying into space would be a great thing to do with my life.
Hi, my name is Emma Mobley, and I am 9 years old, and my question is, how do you feel when the spaceship takes off for space?
Good question, Emma. How do I feel when the spaceship takes off for space? Well, I'm probably maybe a little bit nervous, but not much. I'm also very happy at the same time because I get to go to space. When I look at it, it's kind of like when you go on a roller coaster ride and you get that first part that's really steep and it goes click, 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 click. Just about when you get to the top, you know it's coming, you know it's going to be fun, but you're just a little anxious. That's kind of how I felt.
Hi, my name is Isha Moscari, and I am 10 years old. My question for you is, what's it like living with other people from the International Space Station? Is it like having a roommate in college?
It's like having a roommate in college, but it's even better. Right now we have our German crewmate, Alex Gerst, coming in to say hi. We also have 3 Russian crew members. They couldn't be with us. They're down doing some work, but it's great. We're all good friends, and it's great to learn from other cultures. So I'll let Alex say a quick hi.
Hello, everybody down there. As you can see, we are a very kind of nicely mixed crew from all different countries. We have Russians, Americans, of course. I'm German, and it's really nice to live with different people here because like it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of jokes, and we learn from each other a lot. So I was told you guys speak German. Is that right?
Do you speak German?
Hi.
We have one who speaks German who just raised his hand. I'll have him come over.
Very good. Let's have a conversation in German. Wie geht's dir? Viele Grüße von der Raumstation.
Hello.
Speak German?
Yes. Hello. I'm a hello. I'm a hello.
Hallo.
Wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir?
Vielen Dank. Mir geht es gut. Wie geht es dir?
Gut.
Das freut mich. Dann kannst du deinen Klassenkameraden ein bisschen Deutsch beibringen, so wie ich meinen beiden Crewkameraden hier auch Deutsch beibringe. I was teaching German to these guys. Maybe they want to try out what they've already learned.
No, no.
All right, thanks, man. You get back to work.
We're ready for the next question.
And I'll go back to work.
Okay, thank you. We have another question here.
Hi, my name is Sophie Fredericks. I'm 6 years old, and this is my question. With all the buttons on the space station, do you know what they all do, or are you responsible for just a section of them?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
No, I don't know what all the buttons do, but luckily we have people on the ground and mission controls all over the world who help us figure that out. So if I have a question, I can just ask them, and there's experts on the ground that know everything about this vehicle.
Hello, my name is Alex Chung, and I'm 11 years old. My question is, when you step outside of the International Space Station into the vacuum of space, do you feel vulnerable even with your gear?
I'm going to let Steve answer that one because he's done 5 spacewalks.
It's a good question. You feel a little vulnerable because you know you are in a spacesuit, but the outside that spacesuit is the vacuum of space, and that is a little bit of a dangerous spot. But it's also a wonderful thing to do. The view is fantastic, and we can't wait to go out again. Hopefully we'll get to go out in a couple months.
Hi, my name is Isabel Butler. I'm 9 years old. Is there an item that you wish were on the International Space Station that is not currently aboard? What would it be?
I would have to say a shower. I would love to take a shower. That would be fantastic. But in space, with microgravity, really without gravity, it's impossible for us to take a shower. So that's the one thing I wish we had.
Hi, my name is Casey Waslowski, and when you are about to go up into space, do the instructors who teach you tell you stories about people who didn't follow the rules to make you follow them in space? Are they funny or scary?
Oh, yeah.
You definitely get stories, I would say, about people who didn't do what they were supposed to do, and most of them are good examples of what not to do in space, and things usually go wrong when that happens. So we learn from those very well from that kind of example.
And people will learn from us.
Hi, my name is Niels Oliver. I'm 7 years old. My question is, why does space have no gravity?
That's a really good question, because actually, even though he floats here, as you can see he's doing this, we actually do have gravity here, and that's an interesting little concept. Can you hold this for a second there, Reed?
Absolutely. Steve's going to get a globe of the Earth here.
So, you see, this is the Earth, and what we do, we're in orbit around the Earth, meaning we go around the Earth. And the idea is we are going so fast this way around the Earth that as we fall, we miss the Earth. So we're just kind of going really fast. We're going 17,500 miles an hour this way. And as we fall, we just keep missing the Earth. So we're actually in a free fall the whole time. So we do have gravity, but we're in a free fall, and we can't feel the gravity.
My name is Caitlin Massey. I am 11 years old, and my question is, did someone or something inspire you to become an astronaut?
You got that one.
Sure, I think just watching, I grew up, I was about your age in the middle 1980s, and I watched all the astronauts launch on the space shuttle. I wasn't alive when we went to the moon, but that still was really something neat that was in the blood of all Americans, was going to the moon. And so between that and watching all these astronauts fly on the space shuttle, I think those really inspired me to become an astronaut. I remember that very well from my elementary and middle school days, watching the space shuttle launch. I loved those events.
Hi, my name is Sophia Kearns, and my question... No, sorry. Hi, my name is Sophia Kearns, and I am 8 years old. What happens... My question is, what happens when you make a paper airplane and use it to fly?
That's another good question. So I just happen to have a paper airplane all ready to go. So I don't really know for sure. You know, definitely, because I can just hold the paper airplane here and let it go, and it's still... Yeah, go there you go, right to the side there. And so it still floats. It doesn't need to even throw it to have it float in the air. But let's see what happens when we do throw it. So it still goes. It just doesn't need to actually go float up. And actually, I think the wind, we have little air currents up here from the fans, and I think that causes more of a difference in where it goes than anything else up here.
Hi, my name is Mia Parnaby, and I'm 12 years old. I was wondering, are there any side effects or symptoms to a decrease in muscle mass and bone density?
That's a great question. We work out about 2 hours every single day up here so that we won't lose bone density and we won't lose muscle mass. And I think I'll have to wait until I get home to answer this question, but I would say we've got some great systems up here that prevent those sorts of things. So when we get back, hopefully we'll be in pretty good shape.
Hi, my name is Andy Powell, and I'm 8 years old. With no outside air pressure, how do your spacesuits keep air pressure on you when you are wearing it?
Well, we have oxygen in our spacesuits, and it stays as you breathe the oxygen. Of course, you create carbon dioxide, and we have to get rid of the carbon dioxide too. So we have a little system with a filter that takes that out, and as you breathe that down, the pressure decreases in your suit, and more oxygen is added into your suit, and that keeps you all safe while you're outside on the spacewalk.
Hi, my name is Evelyn Young, and I am 10 years old. My question is, do you have a favorite object on the ISS that we don't usually have on Earth?
We don't usually have on Earth.
That's a great question, and I'm going to cheat a little bit here, and I want to reverse your question, because there's one thing that we don't have on the ISS that makes this absolutely fantastic for me, and you've been watching it the whole day. But we really don't feel the effect of gravity, and so Steve can walk on the ceiling or the walls. I sleep on the ceiling. Alex, who you saw earlier, sleeps on the floor. And without the effect of gravity, everything becomes interesting. Just eating M&Ms becomes something very difficult, but it's always fun and it provides a lot of good laughs.
Hi, my name is Trevor Streetbar. My question is, does music get affected, or in other words, sound different in space?
Yeah. Well, when we are in this space station, the atmosphere is just like it is on ground. We have the same composition, the same pressure. So here it sounds the same. But if you're outside, like in a spacewalk, things do sound different, actually, because you have such a low pressure in the spacesuit. So it actually is a little different then, but in here I think it's exactly the same.
Hi, my name is Julia Kearns, and I'm 10 years old. My question is, in the space station, how long did it take to get your training, and what did you study in college for your major?
So my training to get to the space station lasted about 2.5 years, and I have to say that all 2.5 years I had gravity. And so the first day that I got up to the space station without gravity, it was as if I had never trained for anything. Everything was confusing and difficult, but now that I've been up here for almost a month, everything kind of feels like home, so that was great. And my major in college was engineering, and specifically computers and microprocessor design.
Hi, I'm Matthew Fitzgerald, and I'm 12 years old. My question for you is, how do you celebrate your birthdays in space?
Well, that's a good question. One of our crewmates, the Russian, had his birthday while we were up here, and we had a little party for him. That's about all you really can do is have a party, and we gave him gifts. Of course, we didn't have many gifts to give. We not like we brought much up, so we gathered up all his favorite foods we could find and presented him with that for the evening. So he had the best meal he could possibly have up here, and that's what we gave him for his birthday.
Hi, my name is Ellie O'Brien, and my question for you is, how do plants grow in space?
Well, at first we had trouble growing plants in space, but Steve just finished an experiment about a week ago where he grew some amazing lettuce. It got just as big as on Earth, in fact, maybe even a little bit bigger, and we weren't really supposed to eat it, but it tasted fantastic if I had sampled it. No. And then one of our Russian crew members just grew a beautiful onion. And so it is possible. They do grow. And so far to us, it looks like they're at least as delicious as they are down on Earth.
Hi, my name is Maya Kanan. I'm 9 years old. We watched a video that showed astronauts after their return to Earth and they were being carried from the spacecraft. Why can't you walk on Earth, and how long does it take to return to normal?
That's a good question. Everybody's a little different in how they adapt going back to Earth and how they adapt coming up here. There's two issues we have there. One is the strength of the muscles and the bones, and that's what we're working on to make sure that's all good. And I think we've got that one pretty much under control. But the second issue is called kind of your balance system, and how well does that work? Because when we're up here, there's a thing in your inner ear that helps you keep your balance when you're on the ground, and it senses gravity. While we're up here, it doesn't really work so well, and it kind of has to get out of the equation. We go back to ground, and it has to start processing again and put it all together again, and it kind of makes you a little wobbly and dizzy when you first come back. And that's why they don't walk right away. But some people, within 15 minutes, are walking around fine, and some people, it takes a couple days before they're walking around fine.
Hi, my name is Dan, and I'm 53 years old. And I was looking at your Expedition 40 patch, and I noticed there's a cargo ship on it, but it's not the really good-looking one that brings all the cargo up to you. And I'm wondering why you chose the lesser of the two cargo ships to put on your patch.
Dan, 53 years old from Virginia or Maryland, I forget exactly where. I'm going to have to let Commander of the Space Station, Steve Swanson, answer your very, very difficult question.
Dan, it's good to hear your voice. I hope things are going well. And Dan, the reason that one's on there versus the other fantastic vehicle that is going to come up here soon is that one maybe one day could carry people.
Hi, my name is Madeline Assad. I'm 12 years old, and I was just wondering, why do you have that stuffed animal giraffe up there?
I have two little girls, one 8 and one 6 years old, so I love talking to all of you because you all remind me of them and I miss them. But this is their toy. It was the first toy that my 8-year-old ever got. And when we launch in a Russian spaceship, that's how we get up here. We launch with the Russians. And they have this long tradition since 1961 of hanging a stuffed animal with them in their capsule when they launch. And so my commander, he knew I had two little girls, and he said, if you want to fly one of their stuffed animals in our spaceship, then that would be great. And so he let me do it, and now I keep it with me. And I figured since we were speaking to some younger students today that it would be great to have Giraffity along to kind of demonstrate weightlessness. But for me, it's a great keepsake, and I love having him up here.
Hi, my name is Ethan Tucker, and I'm 12 years old. What has been your favorite experience up in space?
Favorite experience? That's another good question. Just being here is a great experience. Again, as Reed pointed out, the floating in here is just fantastic. You really, the way I look at it, it's being a kid and finding the best playground you could ever find in the world, and you get to live there. So it's a really fun time with this. But the other event probably, though, was doing the spacewalk, and that was another fantastic thing to do. That's probably, those are my two big ones.
Thank you. We've had a great time talking to you.
Station, this is Houston ACR. That concludes the event. Thank you.
Thank you, Colvin Run Elementary School. Station, we are now resuming operational audio communication.